This is going to be a show. Leo new moon. I'm gonna pull up a chart real quick. We have a couple of things happening on this Leo new moon. Mercury in Leo is getting ready to be squaring before you blink. Uranus in Taurus. Okay, these are two fixed energies. So this is going to be something I want to make mention about today, but also Leo in the moon, as well as Leo and Mercury all will be trining Aries energy. So that's a different level. Okay, Jupiter and Aries are here. And right after the trine happens in Jupiter and Aries, we are going to and give me a thumbs up if you can hear my voice. What's up, Ricardo? I like your name. Ricardo Barnes. That's a beautiful name, actually. So Grand Rising. So yeah, Mercury and Leo will be getting ready to trine. Oh, I got my headphones on still. I was jamming. Oh crap! I was getting ready to. Yeah. What's up, Murphy? Welcome to the show. So I'm excited, man. I tell you, I'm excited. The last new moon in Leo was Lionsgate last year. So last year on August 8th was as well the new moon in Leo. So I want you to go back to what were your intentions then, because I really believe that it's a piece of critical information. Other than that, we did announce the winners yesterday at the live event. So if you were at the Astro event live, it was free to join. We announced first, second, third place for the intuition mentorship that Eileen and myself are running. First place won a free mentorship. Second place got their 55% off, and I talked to her. She's going to accept, as well as third place. With that said, until August 1st, you still do have, I see some hearts on there. Third place, I think Souls of the Wind Tarot. I'm getting confused if you're the same girl as Spiritual Souls on Instagram. I can't remember. I believe you're Courtney. If you're the same Courtney, then you did get the third place, so I'll be reaching out to you to give you more details what that looks like. But other than that, anybody else, August 1st, you have until it's closed. I'm gonna drop it one time in the chat real quick so you can see what the 8-week itinerary looks like at bare minimum, and we're gonna stick more to the Leo new message. Thank you for the thumbs up. If you have not hit it yet, hit the thumbs up, help your boy out. Let's get this video viral. Let's get this thing out there and to the masses of the people. One of the things, thank you for the thumbs, I appreciate it, I saw it. One of the things about new moon is it's not a time to act right away. All right, I like to tell people, same thing with new moons and full moons, they're usually not times to act right away. A lot of times these energies take about 2 to 3 days before they begin to kind of sink and sit in. I'm here. Is there a starter video? What's up, Darcy? Nice to meet you. Darcy Cardinal, I like the name too. Is there a startup video? I mean, on my homepage, there's a video that you can do. To be honest, I did it like 6 months, 7 months ago, and I'm a Scorpio rising. I changed so much, so fast. Okay, like I literally transformed by the minute, the hour, the second, as well as just being an Aries, like a freaking baby. So, how relevant that first video is on the homepage, I don't even know anymore. YouTube must know what I want. I want your content. Hit me with notification instantly. Dope. It's me, Court. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, so Courtney, you were the one that won the third place. So shout out to you. And again, I just dropped the link so you can see what that is. The contest of it is over, so there's no chance to win anything at a discounted price or free. I'm just gonna let that out and let that be known now. But you still have the early bird, which ends on the 1st. Okay, so I'm gonna type that out. Early bird ends on August 1st. So August 2nd is day 1 where it's at full price, all right? So you'll see all those details there. Early bird is only $497 for this particular event. So I'm gonna make that clear. That's the only one you can get up until August 1st. After that, it does go to $600. So I think it's about a 28% increase. But I'm not here for that. I'm here for the Leo new moon, and it's a brave new world. It's a brave new world. Okay, Leo is the singer. Leo is the performer. Welcome to the Leo show. Okay, my Leo is in Jupiter, 9th house. But and so for me, when I was saying before is when you have new moon intentions, understand one, what was your last new moon intention on the last Lionsgate? Because we're pretty much 1 year later right now. Lionsgate this year will be on August 8th, 8th. This is when you excel and transmit that portal. I'm actually even happier that the new moon in Leo is coming before the Lionsgate this time rather than all at the same time, because there's so much energy that it's tough to really feel what are the shifts, what are the changes. So this is one of the things where it's like it's gradually building up momentum and actually creating tension. Where's the tension? This will become the Mercury squaring Uranus, okay, which will be happening anywhere from around 12 degrees in Mercury up until about 18 degrees is when it's at an exact square, which is probably the most tense moment. And then you can add about 5 more degrees after that, so about 23 degrees. So anywhere from 12 to 23 degrees once Mercury hits that. So right now, Mercury is at 12 degrees right now as I speak. So there we go. This is what this looks like on this Leo new moon is, this looks like our mind wanting and needing a light and fun way to play, but Uranus bringing that innovation and even potentially at times a certain sense of illusion. How can it bring illusion? Because illusion is more known as Pisces, right? But Uranus can bring that sense of illusion in a sense where things rapidly will change so quickly that we can get stuck and fixated, because all fixed signs are about perseverance. They're energy that cycles and cycles and cycles in a fixed manner, right? In a circular manner. And that creates, if they have the right energy that being put into that cycle of energy, they have the ability to persevere. Now, the thing is, you can persevere and just stick through and get through the ugliest and the muddiest of things. You can do that with, excuse me, I need to take this. Oh, if I'm getting warm. You can do that and persevere with something bad for you, and you can persevere with something good for you. So the choice is really yours. It's something for you to have to choose and decide how are you going to let it play out, okay? What's up, Jamie? Good to see you. Jamie, happy birthday. It's Jamie's birthday on here, so shout out some happy birthday love to her. Absolutely. Right now, the sun is at the 2nd degree. So we're beginning to realize our self-worth while I do this video. We're beginning to realize this self-worth, and the 2nd degree is bringing it back to what? Taurus elements, self-worth. What are we valuing? What makes us feel safe, stable, and secure? What does our money look like? What do we value about the ways that we make money? Okay, so not the actual how, because Virgo is the how, but what do we value about the ways that we make money? And so for me, I was kind of thinking about this, and like a little bit about this is like in the formats of tribes, right? Like not only doing one-on-ones, not only doing groups, but one for me is like a little bit of play of everything in the middle, okay? But as well as like really looking at the possibilities even with YouTube. For just an example, like when it comes to ads, one of those ways is like using the tribe, using the family. For me, I'm just trying to give you an example where, you know, I had like family, sisters, mom, girlfriend, whatever it is, like, yo, while you're not watching your iPad or your yo, let my ads run. Literally telling them like, yo, you got something on there. A lot of them are coming up in personal development, you know, Mind Valley and all that stuff like that. Let that 30-minute ad around that personal development run. This is a part of one of the things that I value. Like, in all sincerity, it's like all it comes from is a simple moment to ask. Okay, so it's like just a simple moment to ask. Like, you know you're not using it. Okay, boom, you got your iPad off to the side. You're using your phone over here. Let that thing run. This is just one silly example, but it's like, it's one of the things that I do and have other people starting their YouTubes to let them know, hey, let your family record a video that's an hour or 2 hours long. Let your family, tell 6 of them, tell 7 of them, tell 10 of them to go ahead and let that video, that 2-hour video run. You're off at the gym. What is it to you to just let your iPad run while it's plugged in a charger at home? This is tribe. So Leo is about tribe energy. It's about taking away some of this materialistic nature of Taurus and not having us look at money so material anymore, but rather a spiritual currency. And we're learning how to persevere through our more stuck and fixated mentalities around not only just the things that we value, but in what ways do we value our own creative expression? In what ways do we value our own boldness? And this is because Leo is trining Jupiter. Now what's beautiful is July 28th, 2022 is the Leo new moon, and it's happening at 5 degrees. 5 degrees is the degree of Leo once again. So all the things I'm talking right now, by the way, how I'm breaking astrology down and kind of like making it simple, these are some of the things in the intuition mentorship that we're going to be talking about. So August 1st, that early bird is up. Go ahead and get it while it's at that discounted price. It's 28% off for everybody. Those winners got that 28% off at another 55% off at another freaking, 33% off. So it's like, this is the magic. This is like us being able to really commune and change and shift how we look at currency as a whole, where it's like, yo, these are big percents off of a big percents off. What's my point? It doesn't have to cost you money, okay? It's more about energy. And the thing is, the amount of energy you're putting into something in a charitable way is the way that Leo season will basically benefit and give you back abundance. Because Leo is such a sign of abundance that it never actually has to worry about money. All it has to worry about is being its most raw, unique expression and finding more and more ways to be more and more creative with that. So for me, for a prime example, part of that is I like to make sure that I go ahead and put my earrings on, or even a particular chain that I want to show, or even just creatively expressing that I am Black history. This is a part of Leo. These things, me being more my unique self, okay, going ahead and getting a handmade bell where this is wood and these are the freaking, what is it, the evil eyes. And I got 7 for 7 different colors. It's this, and adding the bells, this is the currency of Leo. I am abundance. I am abundant. Absolutely, Jamie. This is the currency of Leo. So the Leo new moon is asking you to go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. The Leo new moon is asking you to go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and be prepared. Look at what last year, August 8th, your intentions was, because the new moon was on Lionsgate at the same time last year in 2021. So now 2022 is coming, what, 2 weeks before August 8th. The new moon is on the 28th this time, maybe a week and a half. What am I saying? We have the ability to check in with the momentum this time. It's not coming all at once. It's not shoving it in all at once. It's allowing us to take these moments where Taurus energy, Mars in Taurus, Mercury in Taurus, Uranus in Taurus are going to be squaring right now Mercury in Leo, where it's asking us to be more charitable with the things that we have. I have as Taurus. Being charitable is Leo. So people always get Leo really effed up. Like they like to villainize Leo because of the reasons I've been telling y'all. And the simplicity of it is it's much easier for people to pull you back down into the barrel that you came from when you try to express and go ahead and be abundant as you actually are, as we all are. It's easier to pull that person back down rather than for me to have to embrace my own self-esteem issues, issues, but also the lack of worth that I have in my abilities and my talent and my expression. So instead of me having to go ahead and expand and abundantly abide by what abundance is specific and unique to me, I'd rather pull you down, because this is what the square is about. This is what the square is about. Because Mercury right now, the ones that's squaring is the mind. It's not the sun yet. The sun's not squaring yet. So we're not even fully aware of what's happening. This Mercury process and the squares that are going down, everybody's not going to catch up yet. If you're listening to this message, you're a little bit ahead of the game, because Mercury is the fastest planet. It's ahead of the game. Right now, Mercury is ahead of the sun. It's ahead of the sun. So what it's saying, our mind is ahead of our awareness. You understand what I'm saying? Our mind is ahead of our awareness. When the sun catches back up to these same degrees, around 12 degrees, right now it's only at 2, we're going to start everything I'm saying right now on this day, which is what? The 25th, Jamie's birthday. Shout out to you. Happy birthday, girl. One of my Leos in the building, gang. By time the sun gets 12 degrees, this message now that I'm recording on July 25th will finally make sense and bring the awareness to the play. So astrology is a very simple thing to understand, and I think what's important is start looking at it a little bit more intuitively. The reason I said go back to your old intentions is new moons is a great time to set new intentions, yes. But what I think people often skip, myself included, is to just sometimes advance your old intention. So if I give you my old intention was to go ahead and monetize YouTube. Okay, we did that. To go ahead and get past the 4,000 hours, we just did that. I stopped even checking what those hours were, and for the first time today, I checked it just because this video is coming up and I'm looking to give you this example. And it's like the last time before, this is the abundance of Leo. When you're being charitable with the things you're doing, the way you share your creativity. The last time, I think in 8/8 last year, maybe the hours were at about 1500. I think they're about 1600. I just checked today and the hours are at 7700 hours. What is that? That's a 6,000 hour difference. So not only did I get the extra 2.5 hour, 2,500 hours more that I needed just to hit monetization, but instead I tripled that. But it didn't happen because I was sitting there focusing on the materialism of getting those stats, getting those numbers. This time frame and this square with this Leo new moon is asking us to stop being so intellectual in our processes and to be more generous, charitable, magnanimous, creative, brave, especially within ourselves, okay? Because the self is Jupiter in Aries, and those two fire signs, Leo and Aries, are trining. Now, on July 28th, a couple hours after the new moon at 5 degrees, Jupiter will go retrograde in Aries. So again, Jupiter is our philosophies. It's how we look at the world from a socially just manner or not. This is literally one of them. I didn't even realize intuitively, I just put this shirt on today and I had no real intention behind it, but this is Jupiter. I am Black history, supporting a cause. Supporting a cause, supporting something that has been unjust. We've seen racism enough. We've seen unconscious racism. These are things that I'm never gonna not shut the hell up about, because there are certain videos where I'm gonna go super ham on just that, but it's not about doing it for the clout. Understand that Leo in its fall, in my personal opinion, is the moon in Leo, during this new moon in Leo, it wants praise from others, it wants attention from others in order for it to feel better. Now I say this again as a fifth house stellium in Leo and a Jupiter in Leo, and I gave plenty of examples where at a certain point I had to start going up and putting lives up on private and just recording the whole live subconsciously. I wasn't even consciously aware about this, okay? Because the moon, Leo, is unconscious. So unconsciously putting live videos on private and then having to address those feelings of, wow, no one's watching my live. Okay, well, you know what? I'm not gonna press X. I'm not gonna end the live. I'm going to get bigger. I'm going to push the message out stronger. I'm going to, what's up, Jasmine? I'm going to be braver. I'm going to persevere even through the 0 people watching. And I'm going to pretend and keep acting and speak louder as if there was 3 million people on my single live, even though it shows 0. This is Leo in its prime, not needing the external validation. And I'm not going to sit there and say that there weren't points in time in my life where it's like I was completely unaware, unconscious that I just got bigger when people were cheering me on. The problem was I didn't know how to be my own best cheerleader. And that was the big issue. So with this Leo new moon, when you're setting these intentions, what I'm asking you is to type in the chat, I am my own biggest cheerleader. I am my own biggest cheerleader. I am my own biggest cheerleader. I'm gonna type it as well. I'm big on these affirmations, like, okay, I've been watching this show, this shaman show lately, and it's reminding me of the power of mantras. Okay, I'm gonna say I am, and I want you to type this as well, my own biggest, even if you see this on the replay, I am my own biggest cheerleader. Because this is how you maximize this Leo new moon. I am my own biggest cheerleader. What's up, Brock? How you doing? Happy to see more men. Jessica Engel, what's up, girl? How you doing, girl? I haven't seen you one of these lives yet. This is super awesome. Joella, for me, Leo moon, gang. So I've been coming across a lot of Leo moons lately. What's up, Souls of the Wind, Tarot, Ricardo? All of you, happy to have you here. What's nice about, I've been attracting a lot of Leo moons lately. My mom is as well a Leo moon. And I had to realize that, you know, with Leo moon in general, and I say we in this moment, I'm including I don't have a Leo moon, but I'm including myself in it. Because my moon is in the 5th house, so it has part of this element, okay? Not as strong as a Leo moon itself, but I have a Leo in Aries. I have a moon in Aries, naturally, and it's in the 5th house. So these are the 2 signs exalted in the sun, but it's where in the privacy of the shadow of what? The moon. The unconscious programmings of what? The moon. So my point is, Leo moon is important to understand that if you are not cheering yourself on more than other people are cheering you on, this is why prior, my YouTube was not prepared to monetize. This is why prior, my YouTube was not prepared to reach over those 1,000 subscribers, over the 4,000 hours, over the place of monetization, because I needed to have my own self-esteem in check and in alignment. Because until that happened, and if I needed your praise in order to preach my message, in order to sit there and speak my philosophies of what I believe in and how I want to teach and move through astrology, if that was a requirement before I began to really dive in, then I would have been completely out of alignment and I would have been lost. And not only that, but I would have been hurting not only myself, but you, the viewer. And this is what we have to watch out with this new moon intentions and the manifestations. All things, wherever Leo was at in your chart, especially if it's close to 5 degrees, these are the biggest impacts. We must be careful, because then as a leader, as an educator, as a philosopher, whatever you want to call myself in the moment, I then begin to hurt you, the audience, if I'm doing it based off your praise. Because that means that the days that you don't show up, the days you decide to just watch, but you're not in the mood to comment, the days you decide to just watch, but you're not in the mood to share the video or press a thumbs up, the days that you're not doing that, that means that my energy is going to bottom out. And that means that I'm not doing what I'm here to do. And I'm not going to repeat this life cycle. And this is what I try to remind people every once in a while. It's like, understand this, like, you can choose to fail your mission here as a soul on earth. You can choose to fail. You can choose to just not fulfill the purpose that you came back in this life to set. You can choose to do that and be selfish and egoic, the lower levels of Leo energy. You can choose that. But you will live this life again. Like, let's be serious. If you're actually miserable at any corner, at any turn, recognize this. If you do not go through and persevere, which is fixed energy, Leo and Taurus, both in the sky, heavy. If you do not persevere through it, you will live this life again. Congratulations. You weren't that miserable. You weren't as miserable as you thought you were. What's up, Farrell? Happy birthday, Jamie. I am on Biggest Cheerleader. What's up, Kevin? I'm happy to see more men on this channel. I'm so happy to see Brock, Kevin. Not that I don't appreciate my women, but I'm happy to see more and more men, excuse me, because we need the masculine and the feminine to come together. All right, so Leo new moon. All right, what else do I have to say that's really, really important about this? I spoke about the Mercury squaring Uranus. This is a matter of our intuition. Uranus in Taurus is like our intuition that is getting stored in our body as kind of like a memory, basically past life memories. We're being asked to do more breath work. Okay, you're not really gonna hear this, I don't think necessarily like mainstream in any astrology platform, but I'm telling you this as the understandings I have for myself and the teachings that I teach. We're being called to do more breath work. Why? Because Taurus is a fixed energy and is highly emotional, and those energies get trapped in the body, and they get so lazy in that trapped energy that it's the reason why Uranus is there in the first place. Okay, our intuition is in our body. When we do not express those emotions, whether through movement, okay, and body movements, I am Black history, I am Black history, I am Black history, I am Black history. I am my biggest cheerleader, I am my biggest cheerleader, I am my biggest cheerleader, I am my biggest cheerleader. Whatever that is, you can do this through yoga as well. I really truly believe that mantras right now will be major, but to compare them with movements in order for you to get the energy that is really in that Scorpio South Node. The South Node is still in Scorpio, understand that, ladies and gentlemen, and the moon just went over that in Taurus, creating opposition. Literally, the emotions were being forced to rise up. The trauma and the pains were being forced to rise up, okay? But for a purpose, to bring us closer to harmony, okay? That is what we need to remember and understand, to bring us closer to harmony, okay? Somebody needs a card right now. I don't even know who you are that's watching, because I don't even have a question on my mind, but I just know you need an element, so I'm gonna pull one. This is the one. Yo, it keeps coming up, yo. It just won't leave. How many times? Y'all been seeing this live over and over and over. I keep live by live pulling this particular card. The moon in Leo is what we're talking about. But look at the sun behind her, behind the darkness. Look at this. This is Leo and it's shade. I can't make this stuff up. I can't make this stuff up. So because it keeps coming up, I don't know who it is. I think it's honestly all of us. I'm going to read the card, and I'm going to read it in its entirety because I honestly think it's time. We just pulled this yesterday, and we pulled it the day before, and I pulled it for myself when I wasn't on a live. This card just won't go away. And I do know why it's here, but I'm going to read this in case nobody caught it prior. Okay, moon, darkness. And she's beautiful. It's number 7 on the top. 7 is about, it's like the objective sage, okay? It's wisdom and that breath work. Thank you for reminding me. The breath, how you find the secrets of your past lives, because the moon can store our past life regressions and stuff like that, okay? If you're not familiar with that, it can be a part of what stores our past life regression energy, as well as Jupiter, okay, which is trining Leo and the moon. Fire energy is trining a fire energy and Jupiter, Aries. And so it's asking us to tap into our new Aries is the head, but instinct is what I'm looking for. It's asking us to tap into our new instinct, which is actually a part of the link that's trining the energy, making it harmonious to our past life memories. How you get to that past life memory is through the breath. So we're going to do a breath work exercise on this live now. And I want to do it before I read this card so that you can better digest this card. Because like I said, I'm more about empowered action. I don't want you to be inspired for jack diddly and do nothing with it. I can care less, okay? I'm gonna say this over and over. I want you to do the actions, so I gotta give the actions. This is part of my creative Leo expression. This is part of the Leo new moon. I said this on the last Leo new moon last year that I wanna be more action-based on my lives. I don't wanna talk, I wanna share and engage, okay? So, I'm gonna do this one because I did it yesterday on the Astro event, but I'm gonna do it again because I think that it's just the one. It's about combining the masculine and the feminine energies, the logic and the creativity in the mind, the masculine and feminine, both left brain, right brain together, okay? So you're gonna take this thumb, which will close the nose. This ring finger will close this nose, okay? So as I breathe in, close, open the thumb, exhale. Definitely do this with me. So you shouldn't be typing at any of these moments or liking the button. Breathe in now. Close, open, exhale. That's one full breath, okay? I'm gonna breathe in. Now I want you to slow it down. It should actually make no noise. I emphasize the noise just so you can get the principle. I'm gonna close. We're gonna open the thumb. I'm gonna exhale. I'm gonna breathe in again. Remember, the breath should be silent. I'm gonna close. I'm gonna exhale. Now that you saw that, I want to do this, okay? Bring it to the one eye. If you notice, it makes a triangle. If you do 1, 2, and then 3. But I didn't want to block my face in the meanwhile. So I'm gonna do this again with you. And feel free to close your eyes at this moment, okay? So I'm gonna breathe in through the left nostril, the feminine nostril. So I'm breathing in new life. I'm receiving the message. I'm going to close the feminine. I'm going to open the masculine and exhale. So I'm getting rid of everything that's not involved in my purpose and my direction. This is an automatic process. You have an intelligence within you. And I'm going to inhale through the masculine, my new purpose, my new direction, with clarity. I'm going to close the masculine. And I'm going to destroy everything as I exhale that does not belong. One more time. Inhale through the feminine to receive, to attract these new intentions for the Leo new moon. I'm going to close. And I'm again going to destroy and destruct anything that has been constructed against this intention. As I breathe in this new fresh purpose and direction through the masculine. I'm going to close the thumb and I'm going to exhale and nurture that new purpose and mission, support it with love and compassion. So take a moment to notice these subtle differences in your body and your mind. Notice how calm you are. Notice your heart rate. Notice how the mind is clear. Definitely do this during your new moon manifestations, okay? Even if you are putting more energy and effort on an old intention, but you're amplifying it. Now, here we go. And I thank anybody new coming on here for your thumbs up on this video. It does help the channel. Moon, this is darkness. There are cycles to everything and a season for everything. Do not push yourself when the tides are against you. Do not be afraid of the darkness, as the darkness is as necessary as the light. Rest and repair. The divine feminine in all her forms is rising. The time for introversion, stability, and planning is here. This is Mars and Taurus energy. Everything in that last, the introversion, taking action on it, the stability, taking action on stabilizing. The planning, that's Mars energy, getting the method in play before we move. In Norse mythology, the word is Lysa, L-Y-S-A. And Lysa stands for illuminate in darkness. Now, I don't do this often, but I'm going to read it because it seems like it's the card for us today. The moon has an unshakable pull on human imagination, since we're able to stand up on our own hind legs and look at it. Since we were able to stand up on our own hind legs and look at it. Some of the earliest cave artworks feature it, and it has been particularly linked with feminine energies and the feminine divine. The typical human menstruation cycle length is the same length as a lunar cycle. We know the luteinizing hormone, aka lut, means light, that triggers ovulation, is highly triggered by all light, but especially by moonlight. Goddesses of the moon are featured in almost all polytheistic religions. And many, such as Diana, Artemis, Selene, Shangji, Arenhud, and Rati, are all still worshipped today. Moon energy is flowful and changeable, just as the moon's gravitational pull influences the great ocean tides. There is also stabilizing. It is also stabilizing. After the Big Bang, and the formation of planets, such as Earth, our planet, had no moon. It spun widely, which meant very short days and nights, and it was quite unstable, resulting in extremes of temperature. It is believed that a Mars-sized planet collided with the Earth, and the impact of which sent chunks of the planet off into orbit, and gradually formed our moon. The moon began to have an effect on the Earth with its gravitational pull slowing the rapid rotation of the young Earth and giving it greater stability. There were less speed wobbles. Among the many consequences of this, days and nights became longer and more consistent, and distinct seasons were born. These seasons tempered the extremes of the planet, and it became one that eventually harbored life. These facts illustrate how we can personally be affected by the moon and the seasons. By following the moon cycles and working with them, we can discover a new layer of stability within the body, mind, and spirit. This is an air element, by the way. Okay, that was super powerful. Who thought that was powerful? Go ahead and share your insight. Let's get engaged in the chat, and I'm gonna check in with you here. Go ahead and share your insights on, wow, my name is Jalisa. Oh, what's up, Jalisa? One of my good friends' name is Jalicia. You just reminded me of her. Go ahead and share, what were your insights about this moon card? Even if you didn't necessarily hear it from a verbal standpoint, what do you feel? What is this card making you feel? How does this play into the new moon in Leo? Do the work, okay? I see that. Baha, sweet moon. Breathwork is liberating. Do it every day. I swear on this. Right under your nose. It's the best thing we got. It's the truth. It's the truth. I like the combination of techniques. Intuitive movement, bang, bang, bang. Okay, I got an answer right here, Jess. Spot on. Guided by the dark moon energy. It guides me. Total confirmation to do the past life regression work. Yeah. For everybody else, you can definitely check for past life, you can check your South Node. Past life. You can check anything, I'm going to say past life. Because it can be complicated here and there, but you can check 4th, 8th, 12th house and your charts. These are past lives. What else? Anything Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. These placements, these watery energies, the things that more naturally attune to the moon, okay? These currents, they're more natural. To be honest, it could be a little bit more complicated than that. Like sometimes I just need to like look at a chart and see it because it's not always obvious. To me, it's kind of obvious, but I mean, at the same time, like, I study it every day, all day, right? Like, astrology is my jam. So the best I can give you, based off a widespread audience, if you know your chart enough, go ahead and look at that. I see 5th house or something here. Go ahead and look at that. And then in the meanwhile, what I'll say is, if you want to learn more about astrology, I am running this 8-week mentorship with myself and Eileen. This is the itinerary for week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On August 13th is day 1 that we start, okay? That's day 1. But August 1st ends the early bird. So right now there's about, I think there's 6 people in the event. I lost track because I'm not really counting that heavy. But my point is, these are times where in that smaller group I can teach more. I'm going to be teaching more astrology, but how does it work into you connecting with your guides? How does it work into you doing your own personal healing work, which doesn't require us? We're just teaching you how to go through it in different ways maybe you didn't consider. How to actually apply the connection and the healing, okay? And then finally come to the conclusion, aka closing doors. So one of the things I can see is me doing like angelic Reiki to helping you close certain doors. With that, that's a part of what I can do from an assistant standpoint, but of course there's always more. Of course there's always more. So my point from there is, reminds me that sometimes I need to hold myself through the darkness. Yeah, and there's always things working out to become. The moon is so mysterious, absolutely. And when life gets boring, she be showing up. Yeah. You know, so the moon, every time the moon passes through each zodiac sign, which is about 3 to 4 days, every 3 to 4 days it changes signs, know that the moon will illuminate an area of your chart, usually in unison with the sign that it's in. So right now it's in Gemini, it's getting ready to go 29 degrees. You can it'll illuminate anything around Gemini topics. As soon as it passes that degree of your particular natal chart or your progress chart, that topic will be illuminated. So these are just super simple, basic things that join that mentorship, especially because it's more about you accessing your intuition, okay? Combining astrology and magic. So astrology is more my side behind it. Mind you, Eileen you met many of her through some of my lives. She's more the one that practices the magic. And I love her magic spells, honestly. Like, they're super dope. It's helped me tremendously with my own personal emotional healing, which had like these like rocks over the heart, you know? I'm not even gonna say like most of us, I'm just gonna say like me, all right? Because that's how we, with Leo new moon, this is how you become more confident. So I'm gonna try to get back on the new moon message. With Leo new moon, this is how you become more confident. You become confident with accountability. Fire signs have a vision of the future, okay? And they act on that vision of the future in today's timeline. So there's a gap which creates a tremendous amount of insecurity in the middle. Here's the future. This is where they are. They act like them future selves today. So I'm in Aries, I'm a prime example. So it gives us a lot of, at bare minimum, it gives us the image, okay? At bare minimum, it gives us the image that we're as stable as our future selves will be. But in reality, there's a big gap of insecurity in the middle because you still have to, I included, have to do the work to get there, to bridge that gap from where I am and where I'm going. Is that really a dog like that? Are you kidding me, bro? At the same time, dogs, when they do bark, side note, that is Archangel Michael. So, confirmation. So I wanted to say that as well. When dogs bark, or horns, or sirens, this is Archangel Michael actually flaming and protecting you. The reason being right now, Gemini is getting ready to go 29 degrees. It might even be there right now. And so that's the moon. Yeah, it's already there. It's there right now. Gemini is 29 degrees right now. And that's the energetic degree of Leo. 29 is Leo, right? The highest evolution of Leo. So everything gets super dramatic. And when we're talking, using media, Gemini, communicating, using media, body language, Gemini, and you're bringing the power back to the people, which is 29. This is Leo in its prime. The moon in Leo, right now we have a little sample, but with Gemini's element. When you are empowering people, when you are generously empowering others, just from your own generous heart, Leo is the heart of the sun, that irritates the demons of others. You understand what I'm saying? It irritates other people's demons. It makes them want to attack you and take you out because, like I said, this is the Mercury square, okay, with all that Taurus energy. It's like Taurus likes to be where it's at. It doesn't want anything new and innovative. It just wants its own simple comforts. It wants things to stay the same for all of its life. It doesn't want to transform. Scorpio, the opposite sign, must transform. It doesn't have a choice. Taurus more naturally has a little bit more of a choice to like not have to transform, but it still does. It's still a feminine energy. It's just not so violent, if you will, in some ways that Scorpio's is. My point of making that mention is this is a prime example of the new moon in Leo. As you set these intentions to more bravely pursue this new world of yours, this new world, and when I say this new world, I mean your own self, how you embrace your instinct, how you embrace your unique creativity, how you embrace the ways that you persevere. This is a time to move the body, get the energy out. This is not the time to continue to soak and moan and be depressed in the dark, okay, keeping your blinds closed. These are not those times. These are more times when you get that fire back in the sky to get very fiery, get very active, and realize that the world and you in it requires a certain amount of aggression in order for you to embrace the full entirety of who are you and your unique self, and how do you uniquely give in a charitable way your talent, whether it's singing or you're an author or you're a tarot reader. How do you give that unique energy out into the world to bring people, a tribe, together? And like I said many times, for me, that is YouTube. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, it brings me a tremendous amount of joy to hit lives. That month and a half when I had to go through more of my emotional healing and I was completely off of the lives, it burned me a little bit inside, but I knew that I couldn't come back any sooner than I was ready, because I was like, I need to make sure that I come back correct. I need to make sure that I come back on time. And on time is not linear, right? When I say on time. Oh, I just saw your dragon, Jamie, if you're here. The golden Atlantean dragon. It just peeked at me, just for you. All right, I'm gonna give us a dragon to hit. Crap. To hit on this guide. Dude, really, on my dog bark laughing out. Maybe that's when that would help me not be so annoyed with the neighbor's dog. Yeah. When dogs bark, usually Michael is protecting you, because like I said, there's 29 degrees going on in the moon. And it's like anybody stepping more into themselves with that trine in Aries right now. The trine is happening with Jupiter in Aries. We're going to understand this better as Jupiter retrogrades for the time frame up and from now, not now, but July 28th when the new moon in Leo happens. A couple hours later, it goes retrograde, and it'll be there from that, basically, let's say August up until like December, and it'll be eventually going back into Pisces. It'll retrograde all the way back into Pisces, but late December, I think mid-December into January, it will make its return. I'm trying to get you guys, or you ladies and guys, gentlemen, a dragon to guide this Leo new moon. If somebody wants to come out, who's coming? And one of you, Golden Atlantean Dragon again. This is the it. Because I saw it peak before. I don't know if Jamie is still on here, but she got this card, I believe, at the retreat. We did the retreat down in Mexico. Shout out to everybody for the support. And then meanwhile, for the retreat, I'm packing and listening. Oh, what's up, girl? Okay, I see you in here. Fine, I'll open up my blinds. Yeah. Yo, you knew it too? Yo, because I saw it, it peeked at me, but it was like, no, I want to come out. To be honest, I haven't pulled this card too much for myself, so I need to take a glance at a bare minimum, so I can make sure that I give you what this guidance is trying to deliver. So first off, this is a Gold Atlantean Dragon. It's a 7th dimensional dragon. Okay, so this is a BDE. This is literally big dick energy. Okay, here we go. 7th dimensional dragon. This is one of the dimensions that unicorns operate and work on. Okay, to help remove illusions, more from the unicorn standpoint, the horn coming out of the head. Okay, so here's what we have. The collective needs to remove the veil. Yeah, that's the unicorn. This is the 7th dimension, really works with that. Okay, so this helps you to remember the wisdom of the golden Atlantis. And this has been coming up. Atlantis has been coming up. I even just last night, I finished a show, the Shaman King show, where, you know, every time they died, they came back stronger. Literally, like they came back like super powered. It was like insane. It was like to the point where kind of like Scorpio, like they almost were like happy to start dying because they knew that like their soul will always live on. So they didn't fear death. And as a part of that, every time they died, they got stronger. But at the part of the show at the end, the final battle, they went deep into the sea to the hidden continent of Mu, but it was really Atlantis. And there was this city under the ocean. And so that was just last night, okay? This dragon helps you to remember the wisdom of Golden Atlantis. Awaken, bring back your knowledge. Past life regression, I think Jess Ingalls said that, so shout out to you. Bring back your knowledge, your gifts, and your talents. Reclaim your mastery. Off the rip, the breath. This is what we do, okay? Because when we come back as a human, we basically do forget everything, which is why you're never learning anything, you're only remembering, okay? This is what we do. You find your gems, your gifts of past lives, your talents, your abilities, you find them, excuse me, that burp is confirmation, in the middle of your breaths, okay? So when you're doing breath work, it's that one space in the middle where you hit that little high, and you kind of like, if you really even notice it or not, because you probably won't, because you're out already, when you're out of your body, it's that middle of the breath, it's in between the breath. So you're taking your inhale, it's that one pause in the middle before you exhale. Right in the middle of there, that's where you hide your past life gifts, okay? So understand that as you get ready to manifest for this Leo new moon on July 28th. Yeah, this dragon holds the keys, the codes of all wisdom of Golden Atlantis, that era. Lasted about 15,000 years. People living in harmony and happiness. Humans and animals itself radiated a golden aura. And we did this yesterday in the Astro event. Y'all got to start coming to these free events that I be hosting. Because just last night, I was called to kind of help people open up their channels. We did that. We opened the spine. We breathed the Kundalini air up. And we opened it up. And we said, let the golden light flow through you. This was a little bit of that golden Atlantean energy. What's up, J-Lo? Yeah. Humans and animals and the land itself radiated a golden aura. And everyone enjoyed soul satisfaction. Source energy, powered by the great crystal, you see here, held in a temple of Poseidon, which was the power source for civilization. The awesome spiritual technology of Atlantis was activated by crystals and the mind control. So last night, when I was watching the shaman show, I also understood how mind reading happens. And essentially, you can become a mind reader. And this is why Scorpio often have that ability to seem like they can read minds. You essentially one of the ways that it explained it is when you embrace the sorrow and the pain, and basically the ones who have known the most pain is the ones that can essentially read emotions and read the mind. But it's just because they've gone through the depths enough where, are you actually reading minds, or are you just basically being able to pull that experience from your own experience, even if it was entirely different, okay? Everybody has their own different experience, but essentially reading minds, being psychic, part of that is the fact that you've gone through your trials. through multiple lives, right? We have to detach from this particular lifespan, this 100 years. It's super finite, it's super fragile. The body dies over and over and over and over and over again. The body dies over and over and over and over and over again, but the soul lives on. So when we are ready to bring back our Atlantean knowledge and wisdom, the golden Atlantean dragons will come to us and reactivate the gifts and talents and information held within our DNA. And I just told you how to access it. It's the breath work. It's the breath work. It's the breath work. Here's the guidance of this card. It asks you to activate your own personal 5th dimensional blueprint. Though this is a 7th dimensional dragon, it's inviting you to activate your own personal 5th dimensional blueprint. The blueprint, this is the new moon manifestation in Leo. Listen, this is preparing us before August 8th in the Lionsgate portal, where we excel and we transport ourselves so much further into that energy. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. Hit that thumbs up. In the meanwhile, help your boy out. Contains the light of the incredible golden Atlantean. Okay. The golden Atlantean dragon who has come to you now worked directly with all the great masters of Atlantis during the Halcyon days. I might have said that wrong. Halcyon days, and remembers exactly who you truly are. Preparation to reclaim. I'm laughing right now because we were at the retreat and Jamie was like, we did a test. We were teaching her how to use the pendulum, okay? And we're teaching her how to understand the intuition in her body. And you have to train your yes, you have to train your no, you have to train your intuition. Getting your intuition, you have to actually practice it, you have to train it, right? Hit the thumbs up, thank you. So we trained her for a yes and her no, so she understood her symbols. She knew that, okay, her yes was like she was leaning forward, her no, she leaned back. Okay, great. So at one point, we're asking a series of questions. We start off some simple ones so she can just get a hang of it. And then at one point we said, are you black? We asked her, she's black, right? She has the same skin color as me. We said, are you black? And her intuition said, nope. So that's the magic of it. This is what I'm saying, where your body dies over and over and over and over and over again, okay? But your soul continues to live on. That joke was so funny. Thank you, Jamie. It was cool. It was cool. It was a great moment. It was a great moment because we were doing a lot of deep emotional work too. So it was a great moment to laugh and break up the energy. Yo, I've been getting heat for this lately. Allow yourself to laugh because honestly, the human existence, the human experience is freaking ugly. Honestly, it's terrible. There's full of so much sorrow, so much pain, so much depression, but we have to embrace all of that. That's the magic, because otherwise you close your ability off to love. And that is a much greater pain when you can't even love the ones who love you the most, and the ones that you know you want to love, but you just can't love them. That's painful, more painful than embracing the sorrow and the pain. The point I gave with that is she wasn't black, you're not white, you're not Asian. This is why Leo, again, being generous, it's about this, right? Me being able to support the fact that I am Black history, but also detaching from it. And it's at the same time, this is why life and emotions and reality is so complex, because at the same time, it's about detaching from it and realizing part of me is to leading people out as an example who are stuck in the lower level energies of looking at even racism or all of the whole 9 injustices with Ukraine and China, all the 9, looking to relieve ourselves, be leaders in a way where we support causes, we support our philosophy, we support our social injustices, but in a way where we lead them out of it, not continue to dig them deeper into it. You understand what I'm saying? I hope so. Okay, so prepare to reclaim your mastery. You're ready to dissolve the final veils of amnesia. And this is the square between Mercury in Leo and Uranus in Taurus. But mind you, 18 degrees is the North Node in Taurus as well. So this amnesia, this veil we're moving around the material world, around material things like money, it's social currency, ladies and gentlemen. This is about social currency. The currency to come next is social currency. Pluto will go into Aquarius right after Pluto implodes next year, March 2023, in Capricorn. It is about social currency. the physical currency of Taurus and the physical home and the needs and the freaking teapot and the car and all this stuff that we slave over and break our backs for. You know, you're born, you're a slave in elementary school, you're a slave in freaking middle school, you're a slave in high school, then you're a slave in university, you're a slave in your doctorate degree, and then you finally get out and then you're a slave to the debt that you owe, and you're a slave to the loan agency, you're a slave to the credit card agency, and then you're finally 55 years old and you have a midlife crisis and you realize, oh my God, I did it, I don't want to say all wrong, but you hit this point where you're like, what was I thinking? I wasn't thinking, I was following. So it's like, don't be that. The kids today that are being born, they're not going through that same pattern. Okay, this is one of the reasons why, again, millennials got so much heat. Because it's like we were the first to break that pattern. We got the lazy, we got the yada, yada, yada. But the reality is we were the first to break that pattern after the baby boomers. So the reason I say this is like the ones underneath us, like my younger sister, like Gen X, Gen Z, I lose track of who the fuck the generations are anymore. But they're already breaking out. You know, my sister was 13 years old selling cupcakes on the side hustle, making more money from her cupcake sales at 13 than she was at her freaking job. You understand what I'm saying? Already starting entrepreneurship. And I'm living in Bali at the time for those time frames. I met an 11-year-old girl who was a millionaire, running her own freaking t-shirt company and branding agency line. It was insane. That girl was like untouchable. She's showing up at the same events. I first moved to San Diego in California at 16 years old. The guy's living there by himself. And I'm like, damn, I'm like 25, 26 when I first moved there. And I'm in the same room with other millionaires that this 16-year-old kid is in. My point is, as you begin to remember these past lives and you gain this knowledge and this light back, you're gonna stop chasing what has been sold to you. And you're gonna start honoring yourself. This is what this Leo new moon message, I really feel like it's about. You're prepared and ready to dissolve the final veils of amnesia, and your dragon will assist you to do so. So here's the question, ready? Oh my God, it says it right here. The dragon asks it says this, it's telling you, ask it to breathe its golden fire into your third eye. We just did this in our own way. Look at the intuition. This is why this intuition mentorship exists. I dropped it again. Check it out. The early bird goes to August 1st. Okay, this is why this intuition mentorship exists. Because I didn't read this card. I didn't know this card was going to say that. But what did we just do? What was our breathing exercise? I even paused it before we did the moon card because my intuition told me to do it. But it's about being able to trust that energy. Okay, look. Ask it to breathe its golden fire. I want you to do this right now actively. Actively do this. Ask it to breathe its golden fire into your third eye so that the final clearance and awakening can take place. Your dragon will then remain with you and shine light into you as you prepare to stand in your own power as an Atlantean master. Can't get better than that. Can't get better than that. Okay. I am that and none of that. Thank you, Jess. Right on point. That's part of the practice. I love it. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, what's up, Pharaoh? I saw you a little earlier. What's up, Pharaoh? Pharaoh was at the retreat as well. I want to shout out, give you some love, okay? As you talk about animals and humans living in harmony and balance together, a spider crawled on me. Absolutely. The spider, the first thing I understand about the spider, it is the creator of prosperity. So the next thing you can do from there is understand what was the color of the spider. Was it black, red, green, blue, whatever it was? If you let me know, I can try to help you out a little bit further. But it is the creator of prosperity. And then where would I have been, where I would have been startled or scared before? I felt a sense of curious. Interesting, dope. Hey, J-Lo, what's going on? Lighthouse, Florida, MS, on the East Coast. Legit Atlantis rising again. What's up? Yeah, I'm in Florida right now. He will clear the eye for you. Absolutely, thank you. Collective needs to remove the veil. Super dope. So, he will show himself and let you know when he has burned the veil. Black and white spider. Ooh. Was it more black or more white? Anybody in the meanwhile, hit the thumbs up. Okay, was the spider more black or more white? And this is your last chance to, if anybody wants to say anything, I want you to take a moment to drop your new moon pre-manifestations in the chat. Striped. Okay, so we'll call it striped. So based off of so with these, when you're interpreting messages, like right now with the spider, the more details that are involved, even if it's the smallest, subtlest little detail, understand it. Your intuition has a manner. If you start taking notice of these details, this is why it's important to not have too many noises playing and having a TV running in the background just because, or having, just random distractions, not because there are small, minute details that are always going on. And so right now, what I got, black center, white sides. See, each time it's like when you're talking to a woman, every detail you give her, it changes again. Every detail you give a woman, it changes all over again. And I got a whole bunch of feminine energy, so I'm counting myself as a woman in this instance. Okay, so, okay. What do you got, P? As you talked about animals and humans living in harmony and balance. Okay, it became obvious. Together, a spider crawled on me. Together, the creator of prosperity. Black center, white sides, striped. It's this. Remember, we did this yesterday on the, because we did the Angel Reiki yesterday at the Astro event. So if you didn't come to that, I'm gonna be running another one, probably for the new moon, probably for the Lionsgate on the 8/8. Likely then. My point is black is the most colorful color of all, okay? It's not evil, it's not dark, it's not this malicious color. Black is a combination of every single color at the same time. Red, pink, blue, yellow, green, red, orange, whatever colors I didn't mention, purple. Black is all those colors. So the center of your prosperity is in your creativity, Pharaoh. And when you embrace that centerpiece of creativity, and I'm cheating a little bit because I know you have a 5th house in Pisces, both creative. 5th house, Leo. Leo's energy is what we're talking about on this message. Okay, so I'm cheating a little bit. I do know your chart, but it played in. The creativity led me to that. The center of darkness. Pisces is the center of darkness. Pisces is, everything about Pisces is infinitely dark. Like literally is an infinite black hole. Like it's more than the black hole itself. The black hole is just one of the things that happens within Pisces. You feel me? So it's like, this is one of the ways where the colors already connect. Black and being all colors is already connecting to creativity. You have it in your 5th house. Talked about animals and humans living in harmony and balance together. A spider crawled on me. It's like a riddle. I love it. Yeah, I mean, the simplicity is embracing the center of your creativity, Pharaoh, will bring you that new rebirth, that pure rebirth. It's just that simple. I mean, but I'm also getting that it's about balancing out the emotions. So again, I'm kind of cheating a little bit because you were at the retreat. I know enough, a little bit more than what's been shared. But it's about balancing out the emotions because Pisces is also very emotional, as well as Leo. You know, Leo got the tremendous, all fire signs. Sagittarius is a little bit different. It still got those emotions, but it's way more like, emotions, nah. But Leo was a very emote sign, okay? Maybe not as much as Aries, but definitely still. And the creativity, all creativity, feminine energy, left brain is linked to what? Our emotions. So this is saying that you're going through a emotional transformation at the core of your existence, at the core of everything that makes you colorful. And all those colors that have been basically tucked away into that black hole, the center is giving me a circle, the center of darkness, if you will, right outside of that, you're going through this really inward process right now, but right outside of that is the purity. It's the balance and the harmony of the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine. The divinity, masculine, feminine, equating to what? The divinity. The 1, the 2, and the 3 equates to the divinity. Okay? You're making me wanna. It's gonna be this one right here. I didn't even look at it. Of course, Pharaoh. Look at again to the 5. 5 is creativity. It's once again Leo. This is again why I'm gonna drop this. I want y'all to come to this intuition mentorship because I wanna really work with y'all and get you to play with it. Where the beauty is you don't need to talk to nobody no more. You don't need to listen to it live. You just got it. You just got the sauce. This is the 5 again. The 4 is asking you to build this new self, this new, which is the white stripes. Stripes makes a line, okay? When I see stripe, I'm thinking a line, the 1. The line is 1. You building this new instinctive part of your identity. This is the trine to Jupiter in Aries. So you have to understand where was, I have videos where I did all 12 zodiac signs for Jupiter in Aries. Go back and check what was your rising signs impact on Aries, because you'll get a very more specific of what I'm talking about right now, because that is trining until July 28th, Leo energy. Mercury in Leo, the sun's in Leo. Sooner than soon, Venus will be behind in Leo, okay? Sooner than that. So it's like, again, the 4 and the 5 is the 5. I mean, the 4 and the 1 is the 5, but it's literally saying time and discipline. So this is Saturn in Aquarius. Aquarius is the opposite of Leo. So Leo will also go through a tremendous amount of opposition. Mercury in Leo will go opposition to Saturn. The sun in Leo will go opposition to Saturn. Everything I just said, all that Leo will be in a direct 180-degree opposite spectrum. So it's asking you to give your creative talents and abilities time to develop. This is also what it takes, 6 months for a manifestation, right? So you do this new manifestation in Leo, give it 6 months, give it time and give it the discipline. Remember Saturn, aka time, Saturn is time. Pluto, or in Capricorn right now, Capricorn is time. This transformation takes time. So I could tell you right now, I already know until January 2023 is when things start to really pop off. But by March, the time is up in a sense. That's when Pluto implodes in Capricorn, time. So it's like, give this time, give your disciplines time and energy, put energy into it, okay? So that it can materialize, all right? Into something fruitful. And notice with these clocks, what I'm getting as well is time is not linear. Time is not linear. Look, there's like, right now it's 5 o'clock in China, it's 3 o'clock in London, it's 1 o'clock p.m. in Bali, it's freaking 7 a.m. in America, right? Like, it's not linear. Like, time is a man-made construct, but right now, that man-made construct that was once grounded as a part of our living, waking up with alarm clocks, it's lifting out of the earth. It's no longer grounded in anything reality, because your intuition as well is not grounded in reality. Your dreams are not grounded in reality. We can bring them down to earth. Then we look up at the new moon in Leo and learn to show up self in the dark spaces. Then we look up at the new moon in Leo, where I learn to show up for myself. Pow! When in those dark spaces. Pow! Absolutely. Tiffany, the asteroid Arachnid is an Aquarius. I need one of those dictionary things that gives me how to break the Arachnid word. Okay, the asteroid Arachnid, the spider, is in Aquarius. Dope. Arachnid is a goddess who one of her specialties is astrology. Aquarius is astrology, I do know that, because of how detailed one has to be when interpreting a chart. Absolutely, I'm a big fan. That's why I tell people, when you get a reading with me, I need the real time, yo. Don't give me no, oh, I think it's close to 30 minutes. I don't want that, okay? The scientist within me is like, no. I need that real. I'm gonna keep reading that. And what I also say at the same time here, yeah, the spider is detailed. Okay, yeah, so with the detailed spider thing, notice Charlotte's Web, right? Notice Charlotte's Web. So So I did just drop, by the way, in case somebody does want to do a one-on-one with me, I am in the space where I have that time. That time will be up, and my calendar will shift and lock a lot more once this intuition mentorship starts, because I also have other one-on-one clients that I'm working with that's boarding on, among other things. So those groups and that. So there's a slot where like I have time to do like these one-off individual readings. To be honest, I don't know when that's going to close. It's just going to close when my intuition says done. So it's a good time. Take those, book them in. But with the spider takes a long time to weave its web. Look at Charlotte's web. It's completely masterful. Okay, understand how much patience, time, and discipline it takes for the spider to do that. And also think about how many elements like the wind and humans that walk through a spider's web. A spider's hard work. Okay, you never heard the spider itch and moan, did you? You never heard the spider itch and moan. It just starts making a new web when we, silly humans, walk right through its masterful creation. Okay? All right, that said, ladies and gents, this looks like the message. I want to say thank you. Hit the thumbs up one last time. I appreciate y'all for joining and just rocking with me, showing the channel love. Definitely check out the Intuition Mentorship. August 1st is the ending of the early bird, even though you can still buy up to when we actually start, which is on the 13th, okay, of August after Lionsgate. So I wanted to just say that, but it is right there. Thanks, Jess. I'm sending you some love as well. I've been watching your journey, following it from Facebook and stuff. So I'm always there supporting you. Thank you, Lulu. Happy to have you. You all are in my prayers, okay, even when I don't get to mention your name.